from past the arc. And it's Wade with the rebound. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to Minnesota. Down low. Here's Whiteside. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the game to go. Outside Anthony. The feed to Galloway. A three ball. Can't get it to go.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
And that one's good by Bosch.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Galloway, the pass to Carmelo. Here's Porzingis. He's covered by Dang. And that one is stuffed right through.
Let's call him a speed merchant. I mean, he was a blur going in for that throwdown.
There's the dish to Wade. Outside Dang. The pass to Whiteside. Back to Dang. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. And Anthony gets double teamed. Aflalo dishes to Galloway. And Lopez gets it to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Knight passes to Bosch. Right side a screen. Clock at 6. So the whistle blows on the shot with 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. I had to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
You're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
The Heat leading by 6. Pulls up on the wing. And again, it's the Heat missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Anthony drives in. Pass to Galloway. Buries it from three-point range. Galloway has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Now, here's Wade. Out tonight. And it's Dang at the elbow. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. The Heat with the lead. Knight kicks to Bosch. They set the screen. A fadeaway. That's good. Bosch has got 6.
I love that stroke that you saw from Bosch right there.
New York moving the ball around. Anthony dishes to Galloway. Stolen by Bosch. That's good from Wade on the assist by Knight.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career, The boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Serafin comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And Miami with a change here, too. Stoudemire's checked in.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one. On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, his scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Wade gets the bucket.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
There's the screen. Here's Porzingis. He's covered by Bosh. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of fours like that on draft night.
A follow the pass to Porzingis. Stolen by Bosh. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Off the left rim and out.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Calderon with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Williams, he's checked in for New York. Vujacic comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And then for Miami, Winslow's checked in for Dang. Gerald Green comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Brandon Knight. And he gets the bucket. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
Winslow's shot is off. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Grant, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony.
Checking in for your Knicks.
Here's Vujacic. Kicks it to Grant. Pass to Calderon. Back to Grant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Dragic with the foul.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Dishes it to Vujacic. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And Miami has possession. Feeds it to Stoudemire. Back to Johnson. Back to Stoudemire. 6 to shoot. Shoots a fader. Almost, but it rolls out.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because he got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Williams kicks to Serafin. Stolen by Bosh. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. And Green gets it to go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Seraphin, and it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. Passes it to Bosch. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. .102 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Bosch. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Bosch has got 8 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Vujicic, and it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's 39 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Vujicic. Sinks the three-pointer. Vujicic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. Bosch, the screen. There's Winslow. Williams with the block. Now Calderon. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The kick out to Williams. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
You know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness. I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
That one is no good. And stolen by Whiteside. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Heat out front. They're up by 6. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Bang out there with Whiteside. And it's Green in at the 3 spot.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
6 on the shot clock. Lopez dishes to Aflalo. Porzingis. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Green. And that one hits back iron. Rick, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Williams. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for Miami. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. He dishes it to Aflalo. A beautiful reverse layup. Aflalo's got his second basket.
Oh, he got him. Gorgeous reverse.
Outside Knight. He feeds it to Whiteside. He kicks to Dragic. The dish to Wade. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Wade's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Heat. Galloway kicks to Anthony.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Miami with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. He's got a clear path. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out and transition.
Now here's Dragic. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot, high post. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's 12 points for Dwayne Wade.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. Lopez a screen. Releases. It's hauled in by Luol Deng.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Wade. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Pass to Porzingis. Lopez kicks to Anthony. Back to Lopez. And it's blocked by Deng. The Heat leading by 8. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat, who's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Anthony. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And so here is New York following the miss by Chris Bosh. Lopez dishes to Galloway. And Aflalo kicks to Lopez. Some nice passing by New York here. Anthony, the pass to Galloway. Lopez, no luck.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Aflalo against Wade. Misses off the right iron.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Lopez dishes to Aflalo. And he gets it to go. Aflalo's got 6 points.
the defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand. But freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Stoudemire's checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Dwayne Wade. The Heat leading by 4. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kevin Sezon, he's checked in for Lopez. Vujacic comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Vujacic. Anthony kicks to Serafin. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Now here's Bosch. He's got 8. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosch last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Here's Porzingis. 6 points for him. That drops. The Heat leading by 4. Knight passes to Stoudemire. Back to Knight. The feed to Dragic. Looks for Bosch. Gets it to him. Shot clock at 5. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosch. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Here's Knight. And Anthony sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Here's Bosch. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosch back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Here's Vujacic to the paint. Porzingis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. In the corner, Winslow with it. Good ball movement here by Miami. 6 to shoot. Dragic dishes the Bosch. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Bosch has got 6 points in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Lopez a screen. Kicks to Vujacic. Deep 2 from Anthony. And again, it's New York.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Timeout call.
Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. All those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And the Heat making a change here. Green's checked in. Winslow's shot is off. Here's Vujacic. Pass to Calderon. Lopez a screen. Calderon passes to Lopez. Here's Porzingis. Bosh grabs the miss.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Williams, he's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Miami with a change here, too. Johnson, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Now, here's Grant. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Out to Stoudemire. Back to Bosh. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It goes on Jaren Grant.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Lopez drives in. Feeds away. No good. Stoudemire with the defensive effort. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix into South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
And here is Grant after Justice Winslow getting his shot to go from deep. Grant kicks to Williams. Is stolen by Stoudemire. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Sasha Vujacic.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Back to Calderon. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all.
That'll do it for the first half. Heat lead by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again.
You know, Bosh is playing really well. He's got 19 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway at the point. That's Derek Fisher's 5 as we get going into the second half.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Whiteside sets the pick for Wade. The Heat need to get a shot off. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Welcome fans to the FIBA qualifying round.
Here's Wade. 2 on the clock. And the shot falls short this time.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good.
Shooting for New York, Virtinsanity5. 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. Miami leading by 8. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. One thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does. And Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
Anthony kicks to Lopez. It's tipped. And now in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. It's Anthony with the drive. Porzingis. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Lopez dishes to Carmelo. Here's the 3. But they'll get another chance.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Knight for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Lopez a screen. Anthony kicks to Aflalo. Here's Galloway. Sinks the 3-pointer. Galloway's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Knicks.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the 3-point line? Come on.
Wade passes to Whiteside. Wade kicks to Bosh. 4 on the clock. That is good. Bosh has got 21.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Knight dishes to Wade. Whiteside, high post. Aflalo pulls it in. Knicks trail by 9. Galloway, the pass to Aflalo. Lopez kicks to Anthony. Here's Porzingis. Cannot hit. And Miami the other way now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Dishes it to Wade. Here's Galloway. He's got 6. Lopez dishes to Anthony. And the shot is good. Anthony's got 11 points.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Wade kicks to Bosh. Wade against the Aflalo. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from 14. Again, the miss by the Heat. New York trailing. Passes to Porzingis. Aflalo outside. Anthony, the pass to Aflalo. Here's Porzingis. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. And here we go with Bosh running it up the floor. Deng can't get it to go. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Galloway. Lopez a screen. Down low. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And now just a 5-point Heat lead.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
A different look for New York. Kevin Seraphin is checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And Miami also making a switch. Dragic is checked in. Outside Bosh. Here's Wade. No good. And New York the other way now. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And here's Calderon. Aflalo dishes to Seraphin. The Heat leading by 5. And it's Wade in the corner. Shot to stop the drought. Jump shot is good that time. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter. Feeds to Seraphin. Anthony kicks to Aflalo. It's stolen by Wade. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
5 on the clock. Anthony kicks to Seraphin. The drive by Anthony. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
So far in the game for Anthony, he has 11 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for New York. The Heat also changing it up. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade. The high post shot. Here's Deng. for three. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Dang. And that's now 10 points here for Justice Winslow. Calderon kicks to Seraphin. To the middle. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Comes up empty off the pick. Dragic's the pass to Dang. Back to Dragic. Out to the right wing. Stoudemire wide open. Stoudemire missing again. Now Vujicic plays it up and banks it in. Vujicic has got 5 now.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Good ball movement here by Miami. To the middle. Puts up the baby hook. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Dragic has got his first points in this one. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard. A lot like him, speed to burn. Very smart guy. Coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three, or just taking it to the rack himself.
And the Knicks making a change here. Amundsen's checked in. Calderon dishes to Vujicic. Anthony, the pass to Vujicic. It's hauled in by the Heat. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
That's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
For the finish, here's Green. Clanks the dunk off the rim.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
Dang gets to Dragic. The three-pointer off the mark. Knicks trailed by 10. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. It's stolen by Stoudemire. They're running. All going up court. Back to Dragic. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. New York's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Anthony, the pass to Amundsen. Here's Vujicic. Guarded by Green. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Now here's Dragic. Johnson outside. Stoudemire left side. On the wing. It's rebounded by New York. Vujicic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Fires the three. That falls. Nice speed this time from Jose Calderon. Stolen by Vujicic. Anthony on the wing. He dishes it to Vujicic. That will count. The third quarter comes. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The Heat leading by 7. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Brandon Knight is out there with Johnson. And it's Wade in at the small forward. Shot clock at 6. Outside Knight. The 3. Aflalo pulls it in.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
There's the pass to Porzingis. Back to Williams. Cannot hit. And the Heat going the other way now. Outside Knight. Again, the miss by Knight.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Williams, a screen on Whiteside. On the wing of Aflalo. Here's Lopez. Pass to Porzingis. Aflalo with it. To the inside. To the wing right side. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Heat leading by 7. The dish to Whiteside. Follow against Wade. Here's Bosch. Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for New York. Throws it up high. The shot by Williams, no good.
It's hard not to go for it when you see the chance for that alley-oop.
Clearly, temptation got the best of him right there, Greg.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Winslow's check in for Johnson. Aflalo dishes to Lopez. He feeds it to Galloway. Beyond the arc. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Porzingis.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Back tonight. Launches a 3, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 7.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
New York calls timeout. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Shots good by Bosch.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And Aflalo kicks to Lopez. Aflalo with it. And it's Knight picking him up. And Williams, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Outside Knight. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Heat. Galloway, the pass to Williams. Back to Aflalo. Lopez inside. Whiteside's there. Out to the right wing. Pass to Porzingis. Over Wade. Porzingis can't hit.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Wade. Knight kicks to Whiteside. Knight dishes to Deng. Good ball movement here by Miami. A second chance effort. The shot by Knight, no good.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Knight. Lopez a screen. Kick out to Aflalo. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Wade with it. Williams picks him up. Wade against Williams. Wade missing again.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. Lopez a screen. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Porzingis.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
It's Knight with the drive. They get a hand on it. Wade kicks to Bosch. All going up court. Wade outside. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. And the Knicks making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Passes it to Porzingis. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. He kicks it to Deng. Leaps for it. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Knicks trailed by 3. Here's Galloway. The drive by Anthony. The pass to Porzingis. Lopez kicks to Anthony. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Washington kicks to Wade. And there's the feed to Whiteside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bosch. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark. No doubt about it.
Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Galloway. Pass to Porzingis. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Wade.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Kicks it to Aflalo. Dishes it to Carmelo. Back to Aflalo. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got assist number 5 here tonight. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle sketch for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim. As they challenged every shot, and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Anthony. Feeds it to Galloway. Down low. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And it's a 3-point New York lead.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Ball's knocked loose. Dish out to Whiteside. The drive by Wade. That's good. Wade's got 20.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
There's Galloway. He dishes it to Lopez. And Lou Eldang gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Heat on D. Passes it to Porzingis. Clock at 6. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Galloway. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
And it goes out of bounds. And a last touch by Wade. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. He feeds it to Carmelo. Back to Aflalo. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Porzingis. New York, no good that time either. Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The drive by Wade. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Galloway kicks to Anthony. It's Dragic with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Jay Calderon, he's checked in for the Knicks. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 6 to shoot. Porzingis passes to Lopez. New York needs to get off a shot. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And here's Dragic. Washington kicks to Whiteside. Now the pass to Wade. Back to Whiteside. Wade again. To Aflalo. Wade missing again. To the middle. Here's Lopez. Here's Porzingis. Offline. So a close game sees New York take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw a good one.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.